We'll begin with today's session. Today, VC sir is at the helm. Sir would be, taking it forward from here. And it's over to you, sir.
I said yesterday there will be change in format of this session. I'm told that there are 6 volunteers who would be there with us as panelists, and a couple of us will also be there. Please keep the door closed. I want pin drop silence in this session because I'm going to show a couple of video clips. And I would like you to focus on that because there are messages. And there are messages, clear messages for our young generation, for us. We are preparing young generation for the future, and that's the topic of the session today, preparing students for the changing world. So it is important that we understand these messages and see, introspect, retrospect, and then see how can we really help this young generation to prepare them for the future. Before that, Rahul, come here. Rahul, Shiva, George, and Pramod and Pradeep, if they are there, you just come over here. And anybody who is there from admission team, please come over here. Let us applaud their efforts in organizing this wonderful event. Rahul, Shiva, I usually use the first name, and George, right? You are not there in nearby, so please, I forgot your name.
Manish.
Manish, huh?
Yes.
Manish. So this is our partial team, right? And this team has been there with you to organize this event. So again, give them a big round of applause. Thank you, thank you. The purpose has been that we will intermingle with each other and also the faculty on our campus. And I have been requesting the schools that please bring faculty in this hall so that they can talk to principals, they can talk about what they are doing. They are doing wonderful things. If those wonderful things are not going back to the schools, then how can they expect the right kind of students on our campus? And I started my talk yesterday by defining what is my right kind of students, who is fit to study at SRM University-AP. And that has been the definition of our right kind of students. Yesterday, you saw some of the glimpses of what we do in co-curricular activities. Madam Revati really energized everybody to showcase that part of students' journey on our campus. But that is not the only thing which we do. That is co-curricular. What we do is the curricula. I said yesterday, we have fantastic infrastructure, fantastic labs, excellent faculty. We have right kind of students. We want to give learning environment to those students, exciting learning environment to those students. We want to enhance their experience on our campus. And when I look at our 5-year strategic plan, 2023-2028, One of the 5 strategic goals is this only: enhance student experience on campus. Achieve academic excellence is the second goal. And the third goal, which is very important for the students, is intensify research, innovation, and entrepreneurship spirit on campus. These are our 3 strategic goals which we have set for our next 5 years. And you saw some discussion around innovation yesterday. So, my faculty is set, infrastructure is set, research we are doing wonderful, that is also set. We have defined this year as year of entrepreneurship on our campus. We are doing a lot of activities in the next semester. But still, we have not told you what is our curricula. How are we preparing our students? It's all high level, whatever you saw yesterday, right? Today, I'm going to give you a glimpse of that curricula. But I want you to be very interactive. So, the format of today's session is, I'll talk for about 15 minutes. Pardon me if you get bored, but I'll keep you engaged. Another 20 minutes, I have 6 volunteers. We'll sit there, go there, and we'll try to answer the questions which are coming to our mind as far as preparing our students for this changing world. And then there will be open discussion. Of course, from whatever we are doing today or what we did yesterday, my repetitors must be noting down something. Towards the end of this summit, I would like that 5-6 recommendations should come from there, where schools and universities shake hand strongly to build the future of our young generation. If we work in partnership, that can happen. And that is what, if we can conclude on, at the end of this summit, I think the summit will be successful. Now, in this context, are we ready? Are my schools ready? Are my universities ready? There are mixed opinions. When I look at the schools in the country, I think still 70-80% of the schools are those kinds of schools where students do not want to go. This generation really doesn't want to go there. What is happening in the school education? Where do we need to improve to ensure that I am preparing them for the changing world? When I say changing world, don't you think the world has been changing ever since the world was evolved? It was. And every one of us as educators have been preparing students to adapt to that changing world. But what has happened is the pace of change has increased like anything. And we as educators are not able to cope up with that pace of change. And therefore, that gap is increasing. How can we close that gap? That is what we need to deliberate upon. And for this, the leaders, educators, the faculty, the parents, yesterday somebody highlighted that, and I fully agree with that. We all have the responsibility to ensure that we prepare them for this changing world, which is changing rapidly at an exponential rate. And if we will not wake up today, this gap is going to increase like anything. So, are we ready? Yes, madam. This I got yesterday only on the WhatsApp. Just listen.
स्कूल में तो 12 घंटे पढ़ना पड़ता है ना,
तो तभी तो बनोगे कुछ। फौजी पुलिस बोलते हो सारा दिन बनूंगा बनूंगा, कैसे बनोगे? कैसे बनोगे मेरे को बताओ।
इंजीनियर बनना है। इंजीनियर तो पढ़ाई से नहीं होते।
तो इंजीनियर पढ़ाई के बिना नहीं बनते? कैसे बनते इंजीनियर, मुझे ये बताओ।
बिना पढ़ाई के बनते।
कौन बन गया बिना पढ़ाई के इंजीनियर?
Today, child is scared to go to school, right? I see here also, when I see those young kids still carrying huge bags on their shoulders are getting affected like anything, and it's there, visible in front of our eyes. I'm not talking it might be happening in your schools, but it is happening. They are not interested in going to school. They don't want to study. So how do I improve my school, my college, my universities, where they are excited to come? Hey, I'm going to go to this college today, and I'm going to spend 4 years of my life there, precious life there, prime period. That is not happening. Next slide, madam. Look at this beautiful baby, right? And I always use this slide in all my presentations. If you cannot learn the way you teach, if I cannot learn the way you teach, will you teach me the way I can learn? Message is very clear to all of us. We know that that's what we need to do. But introspect, retrospect, are we doing it? If not, then I am not helping this future generation. Then I am not helping this future generation. The world is changing. Yes, the world is changing. Let's have another clip on, I got it from the UNICEF site.
As the world's first light bulb flickered to life in a candlelit room, from the first wheel to studying the first star, we've come so far. From telephones to railway tracks stretching their arms around urban cities, humanity has sure come a long way.
To move forward, we must look back. We must look back at the memories that shape our becoming, the memories that usher us into life.
I know about origins, about holy curiosity and deep-founded desires to escape poverty.
The airplane, penicillin, sonar and spacecrafts, they say technology has been miraculous in letting us thrive.
Los tiempos han cambiado. Dijimos adiós a una sola manera de aprender lo que nos rodea y la tecnología nos ha abierto los ojos a un mundo en el que las fronteras desaparecen y las oportunidades de colaborar prevalecen.
No more regurgitating facts from seas of text that drown innovative minds, or clamoring to sit in front of the class to see the homework the chalkboard assigns. Children will truly become explorers, traversing space and time, taking man's first step on Mars, and debating theories with Einstein.
I know about opportunity, about possibility, about this moment right here and how we have the chance to rewrite history.
Hoy alzamos nuestras voces para reconocer a la tecnología como una aliada a nuestro camino.
I dare to dream of a world where no person would be left behind, where words would be our brightest torch.
Let us believe in our ability to create light out of the night. How with technology, we have lifted burdens and implemented dreams. Pẹ̀lú ìmọ̀ ẹ̀rọ, àwọn ọmọ wa á kọ́ ẹ̀kọ́ ìrọ̀rùn.
No waiting for miracles, we must burn, slip and slide and turn till we build the future our children truly deserve. Are we learning? Are we listening?
Are we learning? Are we listening? This young generation has aspirations. And this young generation is really technical savvy generation. This young generation is cell phone generation. This young generation is iPad generation. I need to use all those things into my classrooms. Gone are the days that I have to say, okay, keep your cell phones away, keep your bags away. All these have become the necessity. If we really want to make children learn, and that is why I said yesterday in my talk, in my discussion with you, it will only be learning, learning and learning. How can I use technology to my advantage? Of course, PowerPoint presentations also need to be used, but as a reference. Not that I'm copying, pasting that on my slides and then start reading it from there in the classrooms. That is not my PowerPoint presentations. My presentations should be very effective, very impactful. Many things we have to do. Lot of load to the teachers. But since we have chosen this as my profession, then I have to move away from whatever load I have to take as far as this generation is concerned. I should be ready to take that load. I should not take teaching as a job. It is a noble profession. Therefore I am here. I chose this to be here. So I should not worry about any kind of load which I am having as far as teaching is concerned, making the students learn. They have great aspirations. Look at their eyes, the eyes of that child, full of hope, full of hope. What they want from us, madam?
We would like to speak with you concerning the nature of our learning in your classroom.
We really hope you will understand that we are not complaining. We are just looking for a classroom experience that will work for our learning, for our future.
Our future is quite unknown. We cannot begin to guess what will be available to us in the next 5 years as far as jobs, technology, economy, etc., let alone 10 years from now.
We look at our future in a different way than you have. We cannot always see the connection between what you may deem as important and what we see going on in the world today.
While Shakespeare's sonnets, the Civil War generals, and the elements of the periodic table are all very important pieces of knowledge, we do not see the need to memorize them, as we can find this information in a moment using the technology we have available at our fingertips.
We need classroom environments that are dynamic, challenging, and ask us to think outside the box. We need to think critically and problem solve. We need to communicate in ways that incorporate the technology of today as well as the standard means of the past.
We need a classroom that is not a only linear learning environment from you, the teacher, to we, the student. We need a classroom that provides an opportunity for us to be responsible for our own learning, to interact with anyone and everyone who may enhance our learning.
Whether that is you, the teacher, other students within our classroom, or other students in the school, or even outside the school.
We seek out opportunities to explore possibilities, not just follow a rubric to get an A. We need to know that it is okay to make mistakes, even fail. As long as that is part of the process of moving forward in our education,
We wanted to learn in a manner that will enhance our abilities to work in a world that will have jobs that we can't even imagine, working with technology that has not even been invented yet, to solve as yet to be created problems.
We are facing a world with more than 7 billion people, with 2 countries that each have more people in their workforce than we have in our entire population.
We are facing a world where the jobs of the past are being outsourced to reduce cost or replaced by technology.
Even accountants, lawyers, and computer techs are all being outsourced or replaced by technology.
H&R Block accountants and Dell computer techs are all in India. LegalZoom.com allows many people to handle legal issues without a lawyer.
What will be the jobs of our future? What skills will we need? How are we going to be prepared for that future, unless we start building those skills in your classroom today?
The skills for those jobs are left brain skills. Organization, planning, numbers, formulas, rules, analysis. The jobs of our future are going to need right brain skills. Big picture, synthesis, context, imagination, and inventiveness.
In actuality, we need a classroom that encourages both sides of the brain. We need a classroom that provides an opportunity for both skill sets to come together. A classroom that provides collaboration between both types of learners.
We can no longer accept a classroom environment based solely on following one set of rules. We should celebrate both the right answer and the wrong answer. The right answer for being correct and the wrong answer for what we learned about that incorrect path.
We should celebrate the linear process to a solution, but also encourage those that take a more circuitous route to that common endpoint.
We should see the beauty of a single tree but not lose sight of the grandeur of the forest.
It is in your classroom that we need to begin the process of melding together the successes of both styles of learning. We need to be given the opportunities to problem solve without a necessary endpoint.
We need the opportunity to fail with the encouragement to keep trying. Given an environment where we are secure in failing and realizing it is a part of the process.
We must be given a chance to share ideas with others and learn to both accept and give criticism as part of this pathway to learning.
You see, we do want to learn. We simply need to be provided an opportunity to learn in a manner that is more relevant for our world today and our future.
We still need educators who will teach and mentor us. We need teachers who are willing to share new experiences and try new things. In fact, we can learn just as much from your mistakes as we can from our own.
Please think about what we have just shared with you.
Just give us a chance.
Please think about what they have shared with us now. This is the reality. This is what we need to do as a team. We need to prepare students in the schools in their formative years where they should get ready to learn the advancements in various domains to make them professionals, to make them global citizens. And that's where we all need to work together. We at SRM University-AP thought this, deliberated upon this. We spent 5-6 months during last year. We all sat together and we thought that yes, knowledge, skill, training, certification, all should go hand in hand. It cannot be in sequence. We are living in a parallel processing world. Everything needs to be integrated in the system, not only the curricula, but the co-curricular side as well. And therefore, we sat together, we took opinions from various experts also, and then we talked to industry. We had a huge academia industry conclave in this hall, where 60 professionals from industry, from 60 industries in fact, had come here, and we spent hours to design our curricula. I just want to spend 5-6 minutes on that before we start our discussion. Next. So, if I look at my curricula, it focuses on learning, not teaching. Of course, it is aligned with NEP 2020 and goes beyond it. That's what I said. It is adaptable and responsive to changing needs. Just now I said it embeds knowledge, skills, training and certification. It integrates all those 21st century skills and values which you were talking about yesterday. It integrates that. There are options for minor program. If somebody is doing BTech in computer science and engineering, but he has a passion in history, he can get a minor in history. If somebody is doing history and he has a passion in computer science or artificial intelligence or machine learning, he can have BA in history and minor in artificial intelligence and machine learning. We are building courses based upon their career path. You will have a session on career in the universities. When students come to universities, they have three things in mind. In fact, this reminds me, several parents call me, right? I want to admit my child in your university. I said, okay, great, wonderful. The next question he asked me, package kitna hoga? Right. Relevant question. Job kya hoga? I said, we don't guarantee job. What we guarantee is we'll make the career. We focus on career. And therefore I use the word career, not the job at all. Every time. Now career could be three, right? First, of course, getting placed in an organization where his skills are matched. Two, starting their own businesses. Three, if some degrees are not terminal degrees, they can go for higher studies. These are the three careers which we work on, and there will be a session on that. But what we have done in the curricula itself, right from first year itself, we'll bucket them into their aspirations. Where do they want to go? They can change in between, right? That flexibility is also there. But we'll bucket them and then work with them on the curricula, on the skills which are required to make him proficient to grab or to work or to get or to work in that area. We are, of course, promoting online and blended learning. COVID really has changed the whole game of learning. And people were saying when the COVID will go, we'll be back to our classrooms. Yes, we will be back to our classrooms, but we cannot avoid use of technology, use of online content which is available to me on edX, Coursera's and Udemy's and Unacademy and whatnot. This is there. And these are the courses which are being offered by faculty in Stanford, MITs and whatnot, which is a ready-made material. So why should not I use those properly in my classrooms? The role of teacher has to be redefined. If we are not redefining our roles, period, they know everything. They are well prepared when they are entering into the classrooms, because we may sleep at 10 o'clock at night, they are awake till 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock, right? If we flip everything, give them opportunity to study during night, load them with the work, my classrooms should become discussion rooms. And that's where I have been emphasizing time and again. In the classroom, when I say discussion room, what are various different ways of experiential learning? How can I engage them by giving them certain activities, projects, live problems from industries and whatnot? We have to do this. If we are not doing it, then it's Again, we are going back to what we call rote learning. So, what we are doing, we are extending industry and international exposure through co-teaching, industrial and international internships, live industry problems. Thousands of problems are there, which we need to solve. Na? You go outside this campus or within this campus, I have to solve several problems. My campus is evolving, building. Don't you think engineering problems are lying here? Here. Go outside the villages, agriculture, right? Farmers are making suicides. They need technology. I was yesterday in State Bank of India and he was maintaining MSMEs accounts. I said, can you tell me how many MSMEs are there in this region? And I was again surprised to see that there are around 700 MSMEs of which they are maintaining the account. God knows how many more will be there. They are struggling to solve several problems. Community, go any village. We have adopted 5 villages full of things which we need to solve for them. Last week there was a professor from University of California, Berkeley, and he was talking about smart villages. So when people say that there are no live problems available, I feel pity on them. There are problems which we need to solve together. These problems should be there in the classrooms. And of course, when problems will be there, these could be converted into internship. This could be converted into major projects, minor projects and all, and whatnot. And then, of course, since we focus on research, there will be some students who will have that bent of mind, so we support them to do a lot of research into their curricula itself. We have integrated that. And of course, NEP talks about multiple entry exit. We have made provision, but whether that will happen or not, it's a thought, right? Unless and until the parents' mindset change, how many of them will be there opting for this, very difficult. But if you have to go for this option, then my curricula also should prepare them that after 1 year, if they want to exit, they should get a job. They should be placed somewhere. Then only there is a point, no? Then after 3-4 years, they can come back and then continue their study for the second year and third year and so on and so forth. So my curricula also has to make sure that whatever they have studied in that 1 year, they should be able to get something to earn and then come back. So my curricular design is learner-centered. Learning outcomes are aligned with my vision and mission statement. Very important, people forget it. What kind of graduates I want to graduate from my university? I said 3 things, yesterday from my vision statement. Everything has to be aligned with that. Accordingly, I should form the objectives of that academic program and the outcomes of that program. Each credit is equal to 30 learning hours. So learning hours. There are no teaching hours. There are no class contact hours. What the new national credit framework is talking about is, what are they talking about is that in-class hours and out-class hours, out of the class hours. They are not saying contact hours. We have gone beyond that. We have included these in-class hours, out-of-class hours, and also converted our old model of lecture, tutorial, practical to lecture, discussion, project. So in most of our courses which require project-based learning, we have designed this as lecture, discussion, project. Lecture, minimum. Discussion, projects, maximum. Now, we have made provision, but it all depends upon the faculty who takes this as a challenge and implement it. There we need to work. The deans, the HODs, the principals, all these people need to work with the faculty to ensure that whatever has been designed is implemented. It is for, so what is my aim? Student-centric, na? When I look at that child, is he getting or not? That feeling should keep on coming every day when I go out of my house and go to the classroom. Is that feeling happening? So therefore, my design could be wonderful, but if it is not delivered in the right manner, all designs will fail. We have to be careful here. So, about 30 to 100% learning can happen through live problems and project, depending upon the nature of the course. Assessment methods. We are gradually doing away with this examination, pen and paper based examination, or even online examination, where there is a fear in the mind of this new generation of learners. Exam, exam, exam. And unfortunately, in many of the courses, they are focusing a lot on examination. Hey, examinations could be necessary to see how much they have learned, but can I think of different ways of assessments? Can I think of different ways of assessing this child depending upon the nature of the course? So we have given a flexibility. On per course basis, you can choose which kind of assessment is most appropriate for that particular course. We are not doing away with formative and summative assessments, but we are saying assessments. We are not saying examinations. And the word examination at times is a fear in the minds of students. If I tone down assessments, okay. Of course, we have extended the duration of the period, 90 to 120 minutes. If it is very, very activity based, I can't do that in 50 minutes, 55 minutes. I need to give time to adjust and then do something. So we have made these kinds of provisions, and some of our faculty members in some courses have really appreciated this and then started working towards it. It's a journey. I'm not saying whether it will happen in 1 year. It is a transition year for us. People are getting adapted to this new way of pedagogy, and we are helping them, developing them through our teaching learning center. So if you look at the composition, if you look at these courses, ability enhancement courses, skill enhancement courses, value-added courses, multidisciplinary foundation courses, major core and specialization courses, minor open elective courses, research, design, internship projects. It's the broad categories of our courses. Next, please, madam. And this is just a glimpse of some of the courses which we have integrated. Ability enhancement courses, listening, reading and speaking skills, writing and presentation skills, creativity and critical thinking skills, problem solving skills. When we say value-added courses, environmental sciences, Madam Revati talked about wellness, sports, co-curricular activities, then community service and engagement, ethics and universal human values. Now every student has to do these 4 courses and earn 2 to 3 credits in each, right from beginning. I'll take questions later, sir. Let me complete. These are 1 or 2 more slides, don't worry, don't get too much bored, right? This is a journey. If we are exposing them to these courses in the first year, first semester, second semester, and third semester, they will get excited that there is something coming up. Then they will go to community. Then they will bring the project. Then they will convert those projects into internships. Then they will convert those problems into major projects and minor projects. And we have summer internship, we have full semester internships, we have 1 year internship also, if that particular program requires, all those have been provisioned here. Skill enhancement courses, analytical reasoning and aptitude, digital literacy. It's a huge gap. In fact, our students do not know how to write an email, professional email. Right? Okay, they may be good in that, what they call WhatsApp language. What is that language? Slang, what they write? Which I can't understand. They're very good at that. Right? They use all kinds of funny words there. Okay. But they can't write a professional email. So digital literacy is also a gap. They may be the smartest of the smartest guys, but there is a gap. And it is where we have integrated all these things into our curricula. Innovation, entrepreneurship. Every child has to go through a course called entrepreneurial mindset, irrespective of any discipline. Because we need to identify those crazy minds. They are not the toppers, typically. They're thinking differently, and we need to catch them young. So we are catching them young so that we can work with them. By the end of their program, they should be able to start their own businesses. And you know, many of the school kids have started businesses. Maybe from your schools also. All right? They have that kind of mind, and we have to catch them. And I usually call them, these are crazy minds. And I have to identify those crazy minds. And of course, leadership, we talked about yesterday, so we have a course on that. And then we have 2 courses where, based upon their career choices, they can pick from the basket when they say placement as a career, entrepreneurship as a career, and higher studies as an option. This is the curricula of SRM University-AP, which we have recently designed, implemented from academic year 23-24. And to do this, I think we have the right kind of infrastructure, wherein you can see activity learning classrooms are there. Our classroom furniture is not fixed. There are rollers in chairs in whatever manner they want to. If they want to do a group discussion, they can do that. If they want to have a debate, they can arrange the furniture in that manner, and so on and so forth. It's up to them. It's up to the imagination of the student and teacher together. Together, if they can create the lesson plan of that lecture, that hour, that is the ultimate. So, are we preparing students for the changing world? What is the role of teachers in shaping the students? What is the role of parents in this journey? How can schools and universities join hands to enhance learning? Are we listening? Are we learning? I stop there. Yes, sir.
Sir, I really appreciate your inputs on the wonderful curricula which you have developed, which is apart from the academic subject related, and it is pretty common. I would just request you to add 2 more pointers to it. One is where you have written computer literacy, you can add prompt engineering and digital body language, because this is somewhat is a relative aspect. I have compiled books on these 2 topics and have been conducting some workshops. So this is what is the eyed, glued info which has to be carried both for the staff and the students. Thank you very much.
In fact, sir, somehow something is matching here. In fact, sir, future is I have to have a BTech in prompt engineering. Finish. This is no civil engineering, no, I am a civil engineer, no civil engineering, no mechanical, no such distinction, prompt engineering. A degree in prompt engineering. Can we go up to that extent? Yes, this is a journey, maybe we will reach there. Thank you very much for pointing out. If there are no more questions, Madam Shramani, please invite those volunteers. Yeah.
Mr. Prem Kumar Ojha, Gateway International School. Dr. Nidhi Sirohi, GD Goenka Global School. Dr. Nidhi Nijavan, GD Goenka Public School, Dr. Dheeraj Mehrotra, Coonvers Global School, Dr. Rana Lodhi,
Please join us,
Narayana E Techno
those who are being
School,
called.
Vaishali Seth, Maharishi Vidya Mandir, Dr. Mannathan, Associate Professor, Department of Chemistry and Associate Director, Entrepreneurship and Innovation, and Professor of Practice in Entrepreneurship.
So there are 6 leaders of the school who are sitting with us. So what we do, maybe I'll give 1 minute each to each of them to talk about what they are doing in their schools in whatever they saw just now or whatever we discussed yesterday, how prepared they are in preparing our students to get into a university like us. As I said yesterday, if many of the things which I mentioned here, of course, they would also be doing in their schools, right? I'm not denying that, right? So much so that I was giving an example that they even teach artificial intelligence and machine learning, robotics, IoT, right? So if they are giving me students who are well equipped with these skills and technologies, then I can go beyond that. So I want to understand what they are doing as far as preparing the students for colleges, because most of the students would require higher education. They can't straight away, they're not straight away jumping. They can, right? They can start their own businesses, right? No question on that when I look at today's scenario. But I want to understand that from them. So maybe I will crisscross. Huh? Madam, first you, if you can go. There is a mic here. Yeah. Hey, somebody should keep the mic closer to them. Huh? एक टेबल और ले आओ यहाँ पर, if you have any more table. Yeah.
Good morning, everyone.
Please introduce yourself, the school, and what you are doing. Maybe 1 or 2 minutes each we can. Huh?
Good morning, everyone. I am Dr. Rana Lodhi, Principal of Narayana E Techno School. And SR has questioned us what we are doing to make our student future ready. We are working mostly with digital medias. We are using all the projectors in every class. We are having a computer lab, elaborate one. And we give them project based on this so that they should become digitally aware of everything. Then adaptability, second thing we are working on, so that they should be moldable, and wherever some situation is there, they should adapt to that situation. Then working on creativity also, we give them open-ended questions, we give them projects, so that like we are having academic fair, in that they need to prepare certain projects which are working models. So these are the few things we are working for our student to make them future ready. Thank you.
Madam, please.
Good morning, everyone. Myself, Mrs. Vaishali Seth, Principal Maharishi Vidya Mandir, Raipur. बहुत लोग ये भूल गए हैं कि एक स्वस्थ शरीर में एक स्वस्थ दिमाग का रहना बहुत ज़रूरी है, और उसके लिए बहुत ज़रूरी है कि हम अपने साथ कुछ समय बिताएं. In 24 hours, we must find out at least 20 minutes for our own self. And then reflect over that, who am I, what are my capabilities, what are my capacities, and what wonders I can do for the society and the world. And for that, how do we prepare them? Our first and the foremost activity of the school is meditation. And not the simple meditation, it is transcendental meditation. आप अगर दिन में 20 मिनट अपने आप को देते हैं, आपको अपने आप ही समझ में आ जाएगा कि मुझे दुनिया के लिए क्या करना है, मैं कौन हूं और मुझे दुनिया के लिए क्या करना है. If that much you can learn, everything you can learn in the world. And so we are preparing them as we tell them that what is available. बस इतना बता दीजिए, खोज के वो खुद ले आएगा. Like Sir said, how are we preparing them? We give them only the website of SRM University. Find out. And let us have a discussion tomorrow in the class. That is the way of finding out your own self and develop your own interest. Thank you so much.
Sir.
Well, thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. We at Kumar's Global School in Lucknow, I am Dr. Dheeraj Mehrotra, the principal there, reflect on an idea that the more we learn, the more we earn. And that idea flourishes with the capsule of knowledge as the power. As we know, data is the most valuable currency these days. And when we sell data, when we get data, the analysis is done, and that's what the AI does and reports for the better functionality at any essence of audit or accreditation. We at Kumar's Global School in Lucknow look forward to producing students who are well-trained to empower themselves through the power of technology and are well reflected on grounds of what and not of technology. How to have safe computing is dwelled every day in the moral assembly, and we deliver role plays about the effect of the wrong usage of technology, which actually brings out incidences about reportings and children being sent to the juvenile homes for the very negligence of accepting or delivering passwords, sharing them, and other things which require safety and security. We also teach them about the VUCA world, which is very much volatile. We saw that during COVID days. And we are preparing them for the future, which does not exist, and for the jobs which do not exist as well. And that aspect is well celebrated in SRM University. This morning when I observed Sir's narration, I was really impressed with the fact that not only the points related to communication skills, oratory skills, but also something to do with the creativity, something to do with the experiential learning which exposed yesterday. And that is what we tend to believe, that children should be taught how to fish rather than fishing for them, or particularly telling them, as I shared yesterday, telling them why the sky is blue rather than telling them that the sky is blue. So we need to tell them to be curators of knowledge rather than the users of knowledge. They have been attributed to upload their data, and as many of the parents also, the principals delivered yesterday, that they are asking the children to write books, compile books, publish books. Yes, as a part of that spectrum, we also have few students who have been encouraged to publish books with the standalone free publishers online available. They sell their copies, physical copies, and that is how the children develop the creative power of writing. So that is what we look forward. Thank you very much.
Okay. Madam, Nidhi, yeah? I can remember some name now.
A very good morning, and I'm Dr. Nidhi Nijhavan, principal at GD Goenka, Gurgaon. So in our school, we have collaborated very beautifully with knowledge and skills for the students. We are doing coding right from grade 1. So, and of course, artificial intelligence starts in our school for the students, the teaching part, right from grade 6th onwards. So technologically, yes, we are making our students equipped. They're doing a lot of research for themselves, and we have also introduced what we call is theater in education, which has helped our students tremendously, because the confidence building is what requires. If you're confident enough, then the world will see your confidence automatically. So theater in education we're doing, and yes, as yesterday I said, we are into creative writing for the students, and we have a lot of budding authors. And one more area that we are really focusing on the students is the sports part. So the sports, we have coaches, full-time coaches, who are right from my pre-primary. My students are into taekwondo, which is not taekwondo as a sport or a martial art, as a self-defense mechanism, what we are teaching them, so that they, again, it's all towards their confidence building and their agility and mobility. So these are the main sectors that we are focusing on.
Thank you. Another Nidhi, madam.
A very good morning to all. I'm Dr. Nidhi Sirohi. I'm the principal of GD Goenka Global School at Noida. So all my friends here have spoken about a whole lot of things that are happening in the schools. So without repeating them, I would just like to add, as Professor Sir, he mentioned specifically regarding admission to universities, and that's what we are preparing our students for at the school level. And I must say that we are so much in sync with what Dr. Saab just spoke. We have children who are seeking admission and have already sought admission in the best of universities globally. So we have to equip our children that they get admission in the universities abroad, which they are wanting, as well as in India, and especially now with so many wonderful universities coming up. So whether it is the creative writing, Sir just spoke about children not being able to write an email, which is a fact. I mean, you know, we have teachers coming in and parents coming in, and I think many principals out here would know that a whole lot of applications come to the principal with an LE. So I always say, yeah, I am a principled principal, but you know, so it begins from there in the lighter vein. So whether the students have to write their SOP, you know, the statement of purpose. All these, the children are doing it on their own. So there is a whole lot of exposure. So whether it is writing, it's technology, it's coding, we have financial literacy classes happening across the school, right from grade 6. Also for them to study subjects across streams. So even though the NEP speaks about them now, but since our students are going abroad and they don't, some of them, they're very sure that they're going to go abroad. So we were able to give them the subjects, like Sir just spoke about, you know, children who have physics. We have so many students with physics, chemistry, maths, and a history, or a physics, chemistry, maths, and a geography, because they are interested, or visual arts. So we're talking of liberal arts. We have a whole lot of exposure for our students, both for performing arts as well as visual arts, equipping them right from the kindergarten, because that's how talent, you can nurture talent, identify talent, and to be able to make them sufficient as well as explore their own talent. So whether it is a classroom, we have a lot of lessons being done in the flipped classroom where the children are doing their own research. So it is about, as so many of my friends here spoke, self-identification, self-realization, and to be able to make a path. So if we're talking about making a career at SRM, I think we at the school level begin the journey for the children.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Sir.
Thank you, sir. I'm Prem Ojha, Principal Gateway International School, Sonipat. I'll share the question which said how you are preparing. So the moment parents come to us, the way we start the discussions like, do you want school for tomorrow's or today? Like, do you want that your child should be prepared for today's society or tomorrow's society is tomorrow's needs? Because sometimes they come with this set of complaint that, sir, ये वाला स्कूल बहुत सारा होमवर्क देता है, आप तो होमवर्क देते नहीं हो। इस स्कूल में आज इतने पेजेस की राइटिंग हुई, आपने कम काम दिया है। So with this set of things, 3 years back, sir, we have changed our curriculum completely. And from pre-primary till grade 8th, we have completely experiential learning curriculum where we do the 2 projects every year from grade 4th onward. And with the help of these 2 projects, we do maths, science, EVS and all other subjects in a complete integrated manner. For example, grade 4th is doing a project called From Farm to Plate. And so first they'll visit to the farmer's land, they'll interview the farmers, they'll prepare the questionnaire, that what sort of questions they are going to ask. Then they'll talk about that what they are growing, how they are growing and how much they are growing. After growing all this, where they sell it out. They'll go to the all mandi, then they'll go to the fine dine restaurant, takeaway restaurant. They'll interview the people who have started that restaurant. And then the culmination of the project that they have to put up their own restaurant in the school. They need to invite people. People will come on that particular, then seal the entire. So with the help, the 2 projects we do. Term 1 projects, term 2 second projects. And similarly, till grade 8th, every classes will do 2 projects. So this is completely experiential learning curriculum. Initially, we had lots of struggle to convince parents that how this is going to help our children. But believe me, now they're loving it. So this is one which we do. As far as grade 9 to 12, sir, we have mandatory started our intern shala, where each and every child mandatory 15 days will do the skill work. With whatever the possibilities we do have in Sonipat, we have tried. So we are working with the CA associations, so grade 11th and 12th, they're doing tally, SAP, as well as 15 days interns with a CA to do the audits. So they are learning direct skills. And similarly, we have Yakut, a company in Sonipat only, and then this is Dawat, there's another rice factory. So we are also directly working with the certain few industries where we can reach out. And their children, they visit these industries, they see the operational structure, the production, and 15 days they work with those set of people. So from 9 to 11th, we are working in this way. So a curriculum, the way you said, sir, the curriculum has its own importance with the specific learning outcomes and those learning outcomes which are relevant for them to prepare them for the future or the ready goals. So this is what, as far as the gateway is doing. Few other set of activities which we have, inculcated.
I have to cut short because I have
Sir.
to. I'll give you a chance again if time permits.
Please.
Right? Yeah, good. So you see that schools are also understanding the need of skills. And I still have a question in mind, but how can we make class 1 student proficient in coding, or I still have a class 4 students doing a project of that nature. If it is a journey, yes, not just class 4, I mean eventually it has to go on for 3, 4, 5 years till they come to that stage. But yes, the times are changing, and the students, this generation, they are thinking beyond our imagination. And if we are doing these things, I'm very happy when we are talking of smart classrooms, when you are talking of even mental health. And why just only mental health? Why not emotional health? Why not spiritual health? This should become part of the curricula. And schools are the best place where they can inculcate these things so that it becomes their habit when they enter into the college. So yes, schools do need to work on them. When they come to us, they are practicing it. We can facilitate. We already have a wellness center created for our students. We have a counseling department, complete counseling department to facilitate them on these things, yoga and all those things. But if it can be inculcated right at their school age, I think, and not only this mental health, I'm saying that spiritual health, right? Values. If we look at the students who are coming to our campuses, I need to teach them, don't throw anywhere. Use beautiful dustbins who are inviting you to place things there. But it's not happening. And we all are responsible for that. These are very, very important things which the school should make sure that the students whom we are sending here are disciplined in some basic things. You talked about role plays, madam, theater, right? And all forms of experiential learning. And that's what needs to be done in the classrooms. Even a physics course can be taught through role plays, through theater and whatnot. Anything can happen. And I have with me Dr. Mannathan, whom I gave this task about 8 months ago. Hey Mannathan, come here. I said, he's a professor in chemistry. And I asked him, how do you teach chemistry in the classroom? And he started explaining titration and then this and that. I said, why don't you take live problems in the first course of chemistry? They have already I've studied a lot of chemistry there, right? Why not right from the day one? We start giving them some project from civil engineering, say for example, water quality, right? Or material sciences where chemistry is used there, right? And he was excited, and he was heading the department. At that moment, he went back to the department, he talked to the faculty, and I'm very happy that many of the chemistry faculty members are really doing very, very project-based learning, even in the initial phases of teaching chemistry in the classroom. So I found a potential. I then asked him, now you go beyond your chemistry, right? Now you have to develop chemistry with other departments. So give me a method of what are various different ways of experiential learning so people can use it. So Mannathan, give you 2 minutes, right? Not more than that, right? 2 to 3 minutes. If you can tell us what are the various ways of experiential learning which you have been promoting, propagating to our faculty.
So good morning to everyone. So in our university overall, so apart from our department, in our university overall we follow the active learning techniques. Okay. So active learning in the sense, you all know that, which is highly important to keep the students engaged inside the classrooms. So we worked on it, and then from last semester onwards we started implementing it extensively. So even a classroom, when you have in-classroom hours or about an hour or a 50 minutes or it is a 90 minutes, so we brought a lot of active learning activities. So broadly we can have, different categories. There are different active learning techniques are there. So a few of them, the principles are also mentioned. But though there are many active learning techniques are there, and how we can actually implement inside the classrooms, and what technique I can choose and I can implement, because it all depends upon the type of the course that the students are going to learn from that, and then at the end of that course, what actually they learn. So your technique, you have to choose in such a way that the course outcome is also, you should match. And we have techniques, many techniques. For example, in chemistry classes, if you go about that, so we always do for modeling. So we buy models, a lot of models are there. Chemistry models are there, ball and sticks models are there, where we can start teaching the students, particularly in terms of stereochemistry. We talk about, forming a models and explaining that, how to view it. So one, we are providing a hands-on experience there. The modeling is one of the technique. And another technique, if you look into even simulations, When you think of online, there are a lot of online resources are there. The PET is one of the online website where students can go and form a molecule on their own. So when they start adding a bond in each atom, collection, you can see that whether it is a tetrahedral geometry or it is a trigonal pyramidal geometry. So in terms of chemistry, we do like that. So like that, not only for chemistry, so we came up with a general plan also throughout our university where a classroom delivery should have a lot of activities in addition to our instructor-led lectures. So if you have a lecture hours, or for example, like 1 hour, you have an activity. So maximum we are allowing only 20 minutes we are recommending 20 minutes for the professors to have instructor-led lectures. So the remaining hours, we want our faculty members to provide a lot of activities to the students where the students can learn through that activity.
Correct. So I think, yes, you took an example from chemistry, and I believe that similar kinds of things are happening in our other disciplines also. For example, my head civil engineering is sitting here. Are you there, na? Bhagat, okay. I joined 1 year and 4 months ago, and I called him. Okay, I'm a civil engineer. I have taught civil engineering at IIT Roorkee for many years. I asked him, how do you teach civil engineering here? And he started explaining, we go to the classroom, we do this, we do that. I said, don't go to the classrooms. Take my children to the site. I am giving you full campus there. Every civil engineering is happening here, right? And really, when they changed this, I said, you take lectures on site itself. You also sweat along with the students. That is civil engineering. Na? Civil engineering cannot be taught in the classrooms. And that's what happened. And suddenly, I am hopeful that if the messages, these kinds of messages go across, he will be having classes full of students. We really have to think differently. Was it not happening in earlier years? It was. We were drifted away with strong class contact hours. I want to request our Dean School of Liberal Arts and Dean School of Business, Professor Bhardwaj, you can talk about what kind of experiential learning you are doing in School of Business for BBA and MBA courses. And same question will be to our Dean School of Liberal Arts as well.
Yeah, we have a significant percentage of our curriculum taught through experiential learning techniques. And not only do we have case studies from Harvard, that is pretty standard, every B school has it. We have unique courses in our curriculum, like Samaj Seva, for instance, where our students go out to the field. And as VC sir said, we have adopted 5 villages around our campus, and they go out to the field and help the villagers with their day-to-day problems. So we have at least 5-6 courses that are purely 100% experiential, like Samaj Seva is one, mind and soul training is another. Then we have what are called simulations that simulate the real world environment, live trading. At least 5 courses are fully experiential, 100% experiential. There is no exam, and so on, right? And apart from these 5 full courses, in most other courses, we have a heavy experiential component, like it may be projects, it may be role plays, or it may be other simulations that are embedded as part of the course, right? Other simulations that are embedded as part of the course. And we are also experimenting with new things. Like, for example, next year we plan to have a course where, like I said yesterday, I'm a marketing professor, so maybe one elective in marketing will be, where our students will be given space to set up their own shop and then run it for the entire semester or the entire year. So we are experimenting with things like this also. So a significant percentage of our courses are, number one, experiential courses, and even the non-experiential courses, we have lots of experiential, components. I hope that's enough.
Thank you, Professor Bhardwaj. Professor Vishnupad.
In the context of liberal arts school, for the moment we have 6 departments, and we are introducing 2 more. In terms of experiential learning, for the moment we have all kinds of immersion and internship programs. Immersion programs we are introducing at this point from the coming summer break. Internships have already been happening for students from all across these various departments that are there. These internships depend on what discipline you're majoring in. So for instance, if you're doing psychology at various points in time across 3 years and now 4 years, you have to undergo different kinds of clinical experiences around this area, but also in other parts of the country and so forth. So depending on which discipline you're in, your experiential learning begins to differ in commensurate ways. One of the things we're introducing right now is a media studies program, which is going to come up. On the one hand, obviously, we are heavily invested in the academic, intellectual side of what media studies look like. But we're also very interested in having, providing the students with a certain kind of immersive, embedded, hands-on experience of what it means to be in a media lab and so forth. So similarly, in different, all kinds of different, other departments and disciplines and so forth, we have the component of immersive learning, deeply, embedded in the curriculum itself.
Madam Saravani, in literature and languages, how do you do experiential learning? I mean, I think there is a huge scope for role plays and theaters there.
Yes, sir. We have actually converted literature into a skill, language into a science, and the entire pedagogy is an art. So even for a course on Shakespeare, the students are asked to, there's an activity which is called time travel reporting. So they have to go back to the age. We have Macbeth as a text, so they have to go back to the age and then pick up one incident and then do a reporting on that. It's a time travel reporting. So write the script in Shakespearean language and then report it. Dress up like one of those Elizabethans and then do it. So these are the kind of, creative assignments we are giving to the students. Of course, and like you've had an experience yesterday itself, right? A lot of critical thinking activities, a lot of creative thinking activities. And we've made it project-based. So initially it used to be summative assessments, they had to write exams. These days, in the classroom, they don't write exams per se. We've done away with summative exams for most of the courses. So we give them projects. Then they write papers, dissertations. So all of this we have incorporated into our curriculum.
Thank you, Sravani. I think we have already overshot the time given to me, right? So I am at fault. Let's have 2-3 observations, comments from any of you sitting there. Yeah. And before we close this.
A general question from my side there.
Can you keep your mic near your mouth?
Yeah.
Please? Yeah.
I heard all the things there, and it's a very nice session we had, and I will be carrying some takeaways from this session there. Luckily, yesterday we reached a little late in the afternoon, and my only point is that we have come in this university, so I wanted to go with what are the strong, main strong areas there, which makes it very popular, or which we can say that these are the areas which are very stronger as compared to other universities. Thank you.
The diplomatic answer would be we are strong in every area, but I don't want to do that. Right. Okay, yes, we are very strong in sciences. We have established ourselves greatly in sciences. Our sciences program in this 6-year journey, it's a journey, right? And we should accept that where we have strength, where we have gone wrong, where we need to further improve. Yes, when we started with, of course, SRM, the name itself, people will relate it to technology, BTech engineering, that's it, right? And whereas when we started this university, that was not the objective at all. But unfortunately or fortunately, right, whosoever started coming to our institute had that kind of mindset. Engineering, that SRM means, is a synonym for engineering. And we were very happy, right? If you see, 85 to 90% of my population on campus is studying engineering programs. And that too, majority of them, or most of them I would say, are in computer science and engineering. Things have changed, things are changing. But we realized that. Now, that was not the aim of our university. Our aim was to create a multidisciplinary university. And therefore, we believed that research only is the way to establish other disciplines on campus. And therefore, the science faculty, they have done wonderful research. So my BSc, MSc programs, MSc we started this year, gradually. Actually, it's not just, okay, we will launch all the programs on one day. No, we are building. So BSc, MSc programs, I think there is a huge scope, huge potential, because we have right kind of infrastructure, right kind of faculty. Having said so, faculty in all the disciplines are well qualified. I am not denying that fact. But BTech is taken care of. I don't need to work anything. Students will come to our campus like anything. BSc, MSc are very strong programs. And then 3 years, if we see the journey of School of Business, we wanted to develop a unique School of Business with its own USPs. And same is the case with liberal arts and social sciences. So we coined a name specifically for a School of Business. Earlier we used to call it as a School of Management, right? We said, no, let's be in that category, that class, where it should have its own identity. And if we see the BBA and MBA program, last 1 to 2 years, our admissions are increasing like anything in that program, because people have started knowing it better. The way Professor Bhardwaj explained what we do with the students when they come here. So this message is spreading. So these are the program for the future. And then since we believe that to really take any discipline forward, leadership is very, very important. So we picked the right kind of leader. A few months ago, Professor Vishnupat joined, and after he has joined, he has started taking the school to a different level when we talk of BA Psychology, BA Economics, BSc Economics, BSc Psychology, BA History. There are several other programs, but he also wanted to introduce a couple of other programs which he has designed, and he was given complete autonomy. So these are the programs for the future, I believe. And more so, if you see our curricula now, right, we are not very, very discipline specific. So because we are emphasizing a lot on our interdisciplinary research. So in fact, I have the vision, and I'll close this here itself. I have the vision that after schooling, let students come here and design their own timetable, the curricula. And if 50% of the courses which he picks belong to a certain discipline, give them that degree. Because now, through this NEP, 4 years UG programs are 4 years program. So it's a journey, right? We are evolving, we are 6 years young, we are learning, we will continue to learn with you all, and I'm sure that all these programs which are not so-called under the bracket of BTech Computer Science will be there in time to come. So I have given you a flavor of what is happening in our campus. Thank you very much.
Sir, I have a question, just
Yes.
a small question.
Yes, please.
Just a small question.
Yeah.
SRM is having 2 campuses, maybe many campuses. I'm
SRM
sorry.
University has
I'm-
4
I'm
campuses.
I'm sorry. But then your KTR campus happened to be a mother campus as far as known to me maybe, and then this campus. So number one is, what is difference between KTR campus and AP campus? This is one. And second is, all the way in India, I feel we are talking about package, jobs, career opportunities, courses. But in India, I feel getting job will not be an issue. Become entrepreneur in today's world in India, I don't think it is so difficult. All the way, we remain successful in producing like Rishi Sunak, Satya Nadella, and Sundar Pichai, and so many other, leaders. I would say business leaders. Now, when time will come, when India will again start producing like Vivekananda, Dr. APJ Kalam, Mahatma, who would not only lead the society, who would certainly give service to the society, give blood to the society. Thank you.
Good. So let me correct a bit here. We have 4 campuses, not 2 campuses, 4 universities rather. SRM IST Chennai is a deemed to be university, so it's not a mother university. It is, of course, it was the first campus. It started there in 1985 or so. But all these 4 universities are independent of each other. We have complete autonomy. And the focus of our campus was only on research. That was the mindset with which we created our university, which is a very multidisciplinary research-based university where quality of learning and research will happen. And therefore, right from day one, if you look at the infrastructure to the faculty, to the focus on research, that is where we are different from our other campuses. Of course, the top management is same, but we have our own vision. Each university has its own vision, and our vision is very clear with which we are growing. You said that yes, why are we not producing Vivekanandas and Mahatma Gandhis or all? We have produced over the period of time, right? What is required in today's context, that is important, and that is what we need to focus on. You are right that we need to create entrepreneurs, and that's what I said. Why can't we leave our students to choose the career which they want? We have to become facilitator. Let them choose whatever they want. And therefore, as I said, my ultimate aim is that. So if they will create that basket of courses, yes, there are Vivekanandas and there are Mahatma Gandhi sitting there. It's the perception. It's the perception of the student that I am not here to get a job. If I can change that perception, certainly we can produce many Vivekanandas here. I'm pretty sure. What Kailash Satyarthi got Nobel Prize, right? He is an Indian, right? There are many such names which are from this generation also, right? So it's a journey. Yes, we as teachers, we have to go beyond our profession, which is called teaching. The day we realize that, and I'm sure we can work with the passions of these young generation and create those Vivekanandas and Mahatma Gandhis. Thank you very much. I stop this session here.
Thank you so much, sir.